Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pro Real Estate YouTube channel. I'm your host, JJ Velador, back with my co-host, Jake Rockwell. Jake, say what's up.
What's happening?
You guys, today we have a special guest, Kevin Hawkins. This is going to be a new segment to the channel. We're trying out some new stuff here. We're bringing other brokerage owners, other team leaders. So far, you've gotten all of your content from Jake Rockwell, who's built up the massive team, nearly selling 500 homes. Well, today we brought another rock star, team leader, brokerage owner, team leader slash brokerage owner, who is currently doing about 115 deals with his team. Today, we are going to be talking about the 3 skill sets that these team leaders would like to see in people when they're onboarding agents. So let's go ahead and talk about it. But before we jump in, remember, if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and leave a comment if you have some skill sets that you like to see when you're onboarding your agents. Let's jump right in. Number 1, I was talking to these gentlemen. They say decisiveness is one of the skill sets that they like to see in their agents. So which one of you guys want to tackle this first?
I can jump in on that one, and I'm going to defer to Jake on a lot of this. But when we're talking about new agents, there's so many wonderful qualities that people can have, and I would say there's fewer bad qualities. I mean, I really think there's many types of people that can do really, really well in real estate. I don't necessarily think you have to be the most outgoing, intelligent person with all the connections to be successful. But one of the things that I've seen with new agents is decisiveness. So if you're willing to commit to a transaction, or commit to a train of thought, or commit to a training module that maybe your coach or your mentor is going to teach you, that commitment relates directly to decisiveness, especially when we talk about getting into the thick of transactions. Transactions require decisions. They require quick thinking and ability to be creative. And at the end of the day, if you can't think quickly and make a decision on your client's behalf for your client, it's really hard to be successful. I mean, there are sharks in the water in real estate world. And one thing that I've seen is agents that can't decide on what's the best move to make, whether that be for themselves, whether that be for their business, whether that be for lead generation or transactional stuff. It's just it's a big one. It's really beyond real estate. It's more of a productive person trait that I really like to see. And I think that you can teach this. I think this is teachable, that you can teach people that are a little bit nervous to be decisive. But I love it when I see a new agent come in and they know what they want. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I think obviously decisiveness also comes with confidence, right? And obviously when you're new with something, it's hard to be as confident about it. But yeah, you're right. And I think it starts with the decisiveness about you and the decisions you make, because really, if you don't make the right decisions, you're not going to be able to make decisions for clients anyway, because there won't be any clients, right? So it's deciding that you're going to do something, you're going to commit, and be open to change and trying something new.
I like absolutely. That. Awesome, guys. And as I was talking to these guys, they told me skill set number 2 that they like to see in folks when they're coming aboard their teams is the ability to be outgoing. So which one of you two want to unpack that first?
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about in this business that it comes down to conversations. I talk to a lot of agents about how easy this business is because it just starts with conversation. We ask agents that, if I'm not being able to sell any houses or whatever, and it really comes down to how many conversations are you having? Are you having any conversations? And so there's a lot of agents that we'll meet with that are really shy, and we'll go through a series of questions, and how do you are you on social media? Oh, no, I don't do social media. Or how do you feel about picking up the phone and calling someone and talking to somebody you don't know? And those are things that I think even if someone's not comfortable doing that, as long as they make the decision that they're willing to do that and make themselves uncomfortable, because it's only going to be uncomfortable for a minute, but you have to have the ability to talk to people, whether it's in person, via phone, Zoom, getting in front of camera, and just being able to have those conversations. And you don't have to be overly outgoing. Obviously, someone that is overly outgoing might have a leg up, but I think people can get there.
Awesome.
I was
Kevin, what are your thoughts on that?
it's funny that we're talking about this because I was having looking forward to 2023 meeting with my team day before yesterday, and we were just talking about some of the things that we need to be doing. And Jake always says this, I love it, I say it to my team, is you've got to be having conversations, right? So and I don't think anybody ever said having conversations is easy. I've been having conversations every day for the last 12 years, and for some reason they're still hard to have. I still look for, I mean, when I think about calling somebody that never spoke with before or knocking on the door to somebody that doesn't expect me to be there, I still have that feeling of, I don't want to be doing this. Why am I, like this fear of rejection, really. But the agent that does well is the person that takes that rejection and just stuffs it down deep and don't bring it back up again. People say that stuffing is bad, but I'm a firm believer that you can have a feeling that is not a good feeling. And in this business, being willing to create a personality, being willing to create a persona will protect you. It will protect you. I mean, I think, what is it? There's a movie with Adam Sandler where he had this kid that came into his life. I can't remember the name of it, but anyways, he told this kid, when you put these glasses on, you become a superhuman, right? And so that's the same thing I tell my agents: create a personality, whatever it may be. Hopefully it's close to who you actually are, but you've got to create a persona if you're not naturally that way. And that will help you in these interactions. If you're not naturally the most outgoing person in the world, that's okay. You might be right for real estate in every other way. And you've just got to be relentless. That's it. You've got to be willing to make a decision to be somebody that's going to have conversations and have a lot of them.
And I think that
persistent.
And I think that a mindset that we can help the agents get through that rejection part is lead with help. Lead with helping. If we believe that we're going to help somebody and they reject us, that's on them. I'm just trying to help. And then it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to help you, right? And if we're genuinely trying to help people accomplish their goals, and obviously when we're calling people we don't know, we're just trying to reach out to them to see if we can help them, if there's something that we can help with or whatever. And so anyway, I think, just shifting the mindset and not thinking of it as.
Yeah, and that's a nugget of gold. And I actually had a team member reach out to me this week and say, hey, I know you've been saying it, but when it finally clicked that when I'm calling these people and I'm actually here to help them, it makes the interaction so much better on my end. And it makes me so much more capable to have the conversation, because the feeling, the hardest feeling is when you feel like you're doing something salesy or something, some solicitation that people don't want. And really what the thing is that people want is value added. And so everybody wants value added in their life. Everybody wants help from a professional. Who doesn't want somebody that's knowledgeable to come in and say, hey, here's some value that I can give to you at no cost. I want to know about you.
Perfect.
I want to be a resource to you.
Yeah, I love that. So what I'm hearing you guys also say, that it's safe to say that the big tech companies are not going to extinguish us real estate agents, because at the end of the day, there's going to always have to be that human connection of having conversations. So there's no way the realtor.coms and the Zillows and all these people are going to wipe us out in the next couple of years.
Until chat AI comes into play. You know what's crazy is chat AI. You know how I just found that a week ago? This morning, I read on the news that they've been offered $29 billion.
I was going to say, that was a startup company, San Francisco startup company that hit it big.
Yep.
I looked up, how do I buy shares really fast?
I've asked the same question. There you go. You guys, the reel is back in. What I think is the most important point of today, and the third skill set that you guys look for in your agents when they're being onboarded, or even just having a conversation about coming aboard your guys' team. Topic number 3, we're talking about being coachable. And I think because of what we just talked on 1 and 2, those can be learned if an agent is coachable. So why don't you guys go ahead and rip on that for a second?
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's, when we bring agents on our team, I mean, there's a lot of people that'll say, oh yeah, I love bringing new agents on because they're coachable and then there's teams that are like, oh, I want experience. I don't want to have to teach these agents how to do real estate or whatever. I'm on the side that I like newer agents because they generally are coachable. When I look at some of our existing agents on the team, it's like, I don't want to do all that stuff, or you take an existing agent that is joining your team, and sometimes they're going to have habits that are hard to break, right? And so being coachable, wanting to learn, not willing to learn, but wanting to learn. And I have this conversation with people all the time, and including some of my family, and it's like, I spend hours and hours every week wanting to learn how to get better. And I love when I find people that really want to get better. And when we onboard a new agent and we say, hey, do A, B, and C, and you're going to sell a lot of real estate, they're doing A, B, and C. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's calling, working in the CRM, door knocking, doing open house, or whatever, and willing to learn and practice what they're learning. So totally believe that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean,
Kevin, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, our team, we've seen this, and this is another one of those personality traits that can be learned, but some people are just better at it than others. I think some of your best agent types of people are those type A personalities, powerful personalities, decisive, smart, but sometimes they fail in the learning side. And so
they know it all.
Yeah, they know everything. So, when you're looking at bringing agents onto your team, I think depending on the type of team that you have, maybe Jake brings an experienced agent on and it's not a big deal for them to be taught something, but both him and I in our team models are trying to accomplish something on a whole team basis, trying to get everybody on certain systems. And for that reason, new agents are really great. And not all new agents either. Some new agents are really, really difficult, but being teachable is arguably the number one thing. And paired with that is being a teachable agent that understands that you need a mentor. You've got to have a mentor. I think if you're coming into the business, understanding that you've got to learn from somebody, and hopefully you can find somebody that's going to teach you. So, the flip side of that coin is to being teachable is having somebody that will take you under their wing and mentor you. I think success in real estate, and not just early in real estate, but throughout real estate. And Jake has coaches, I have coaches. Jake's one of my mentors. And the moment you think you've got it figured out in this business, or probably any business, is when you stop developing, is when you stop growing. So yeah, new agents, especially.
I learned that on the golf course.
Yeah, you get
a good shot. I got it figured out.
Yeah, take a mentor, take somebody in your on that will say, hey, I'll teach you, I'll bring you on, maybe out of the goodness of my heart. Maybe they want something. Maybe they want some help with their business. Maybe they want some money. Maybe they want something. I'm very pro give something to get something. So,
and I think that's why teams are thriving in the industry, because, a team versus a brokerage, a team is able to provide a whole lot more to an agent than what a brokerage is. And obviously a lot of people think, oh, I go to join a team, it's all about leads. It's not all about leads. It's about how am I going to make you successful? I can give you all the leads, but if I don't show you how to convert leads or help people, then you're not going to be successful anyway. So, I think,
yeah,
love it. You guys tackled those pretty good. Kevin, did you want to add anything else on this?
I was just gonna say that willingness to be able to learn from somebody that's farther down the road is, that is it. That's what that is the pinnacle of finding the pathway to success. Is like, hey, I like the way that Jake is doing business. I like his emphasis on this part of the business. I'm gonna see if Jake will give me time. And I've made it a habit over the years to find people that I like, whatever it is they're doing. Maybe it's not even business, maybe it's financial management, maybe it's something, but whatever it is, I'm attracted to it. I like what they're doing. I will call them up and out of the blue. I don't know you, but hey, whatever you're doing, I like it. I want to learn from it. Would you be willing to give me some time? Would you be willing to mentor me? Mm-hmm. And you'd be surprised how many people are like, hey, that's really flattering. I would love to. I'd love to give you my time.
Love it. Yeah. Proximity is power. That's absolutely certain there. You guys, is there any last thoughts from any of you or each of you for team leaders, aspiring team leaders, when they're looking at onboarding new agents or interviewing new agents? Is there any other skill sets, anything that you guys can think of top of mind, maybe take an initiative, something like that, that you guys would want to look into other than the last three that you've touched on today?
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously, willingness to commit to being consistent. And because really without the commitment and consistency, none of it works anyway. So you have to commit to being coachable. You have to commit to having conversations and so forth. So I think that's an obvious, important, not necessarily a skill, but a willingness to be. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Jake on that. And setting expectations. I mean,
Yes.
we all want to grow. We all want to grow. And it's really easy when you've got an agent sitting in front of you, especially if they're a productive agent. But doing two things: laying out what the ethos, what the environment and culture of your office is, and what your expectation of that agent is going to be within that culture. I just went through a neat training, and they really laid this thick on it is counterproductive to bring even a productive agent into your team if the vibe that they are used to or what they're going to work towards is counterintuitive to what your goals are. So and that can be really simply laid out in maybe your operating agreement that they're going to sign. Here's what my expectation is of you. Here's what you should be able to commit to, and here's what the team expects of you.
And I think even just, talking about what the expectations are, what they should expect to be successful, not even what your team is expecting of them, but to be successful. I know you see other realtors being like this, but did you know that behind the scenes, they're prospecting, they're doing the work to get to that success. And so just painting the picture, the reality of what that picture is, not the social media picture of a realtor sitting next to their fancy car on the beach and whatever.
It is funny. You have a lot of new agents that come in and want to they want their whole business to be on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm like, hey, great. I haven't figured out a way to actually make any money doing that yet. I know there are people that do, but here's a old school way. Maybe call me a dinosaur, but here's a way that I can guarantee that you'll be making $100,000 in the next 18 months. So it is funny though. And we're dealing with that as we go through these trends. You see these young, especially young people, they say, I want to be like that. And I think that's important. I think that's really cool that they want to do something, but giving them the reality of what success actually looks like for 99% of the super productive people like Jake is money. So.
I like it. Hey, Kevin, why don't you go ahead and tell the people how to get a hold of you if they want to pick your brain on any of this stuff that you covered today? Is it email, phone number? What's best?
Gosh, I'm available in so many different ways. I actually have a YouTube channel, and I could send that over to you. We can post it below if you'd like.
Yep.
But I've got an Instagram, and I can give you that really quickly. But of course, email is great. You can send that to me at kevin.hawkins@exprealty.com. And
perfect.
Yeah,
We can even put it in. We'll put it in ours as well, and you can take this and put it in yours.
Yeah, I'll throw my. So I've got Instagram. I'm on them: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and of course, I love phone conversations. If people want to reach out to me, we do coaching here, and we'd be happy to do that. And that's a free of charge thing. We just like seeing agents grow. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
There you guys go. And you guys know, as always, if you've been following our channel for a while, if you want to get on our calendar, we have our Calendly link below. Jake, why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, if we can help anybody out there with their team, getting into a team, all three of us will jump on a call with anybody to help share everything that we've learned along the way. We're always looking to learn other ways to improve as well. So it's all about collaboration and helping each other build our businesses. So just have to click our calendar link below.
That's right. And you guys remember to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future episodes. Kevin Hawkins, it was a pleasure having you. Jake, thanks for joining us again. You guys, take them out.
Awesome. Great seeing you, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It was awesome.